From birth to death, we all have a purpose. Some know at an early age, others struggle on the journey. But in the end, do we all gain the knowledge we seek? This is the question I ask you after watching the Book of Clarence on Amazon. You're listening to Fox on Flix with Friends. Don't forget to share this podcast with a friend or two, or anyone who's looking to discover new movies, TV shows that are across the global Black diaspora. In the meantime, while you're sharing, let's just hear from one of our sponsors.
Follow We Are Flatbush, an industry hotel, on YouTube and Instagram for the latest in interviews, music, entertainment, and more.
Greetings, I'm Fox Indigo. You're listening to Fox on Friends with Flix. What? No, I'm Fox Indigo, and you're listening to Fox. What are we listening to? Fox on Flix with Friends. We just finished watching the Book of Clarence. It was directed by Jeymes Samuel. He is also the director of The Harder They Fall. And another movie with Erykah Badu in it. I think it came out in 2021. It's called They Die by Dawn. That also has the late Michael Kenneth Williams as well, and Isaiah Washington. So since we're all friends here, don't forget to share this podcast with a friend or two who's looking to expand their repertoire. Again, we're reviewing movies from all across the African diaspora. So if you do have any suggestions, any shows from other countries, please go right ahead and share. So let's just get right into it. I have two guests with me. One to my right is Stacy Starlite. Go ahead, say hello.
Hi out there. This is Stacy Starlite. This is like my second time on this podcast. I'm just here to entertain you guys.
And to my left, we have a new guest, Face.
Yes, my name is Face. How you doing, guys?
How you doing? Can you tell the audience a little bit more about you?
My name is Face. From We Are Flatbush, industry hotel, representing Brooklyn, and I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, well, I guess I'm happy to have you here as well.
He's over there.
Sorry, this is music. I love music.
So yeah, let's get into this review. Again, we just finished watching the Book of Clarence. It's on Amazon. It's a legendary picture film. It stars Lakeith Stanfield, what's her name? Tiana Taylor. We have Omar Sy, who plays the main star in Lupin. There's also what is his name? Doctor Strange, Cumberbatch. I can't remember his first name.
Benedict.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. And then we have Jeymes McAvoy, who is Magneto in X-Men.
And
Oh, no, not Magneto. He plays, what's the other one? Who's a telepath? Anyway, yes. Professor X. Yes. He plays Professor X.
He was in this movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I watched it. I did.
Wait, it was like the first person you've seen.
Oh, okay.
That was dressed very dirty, that actually looked
Also,
black?
we're talking about the same guy that was also...
Well, no, Jeymes McAvoy was the dude who was telling him to come across the water.
Yes.
And Cumberbatch is the dirty one. Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Okay,
yeah. He just had a bad wig on.
And he was extremely dirty. Extremely dirty. So I did ask the question about one's life purpose. I mean, that's kind of what I was getting from this movie. It is Easter, and I guess it is ironic that we're watching this on Easter.
Yes.
This is just a movie. I didn't want to say I randomly picked it. I actually wanted to see this movie for a minute because I do like Lakeith Stanfield, and I think he plays very interesting movies and characters. So I really wanted to know what this was about. In my opinion, the movie was slow, but I mean it had its moments. It had its moments. You could tell like it was written to be somewhat comedic, even though I think some of the jokes kind of missed their mark. But overall, I mean, I think I like the movie. I like the message. I don't know if it's a movie that I would watch particularly again.
Nah.
I think one time is enough.
Yes.
Right? It was
definitely.
like one time is enough.
It felt like it's supposed to be like another one.
You think so?
Yeah, like they were planning to make more. That's what I got from it.
More?
Yeah,
I don't really
the way it ended.
More.
Like he had well, do we go there yet?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
An idea on his head.
Spoiler alert.
At the end, there was an idea.
Right. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
So he had another idea. Seemed like.
Okay. Well, I could tell Stacy didn't really enjoy it just by her voice. So what's your take? I mean,
in the beginning, first when I seen what was his name, Benedict. Mm-hmm. When I seen Benedict and he was all with the black face, I was like, "What is this? Why
is he in blackface?
Actual black person to act black? Like, I'm not saying that he was acting black, but why is so much?
It was. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's taking it back.
It was jarring to see because you knew it was a white man,
right,
with his face painted black. But I guess spoiler alert.
Right.
In the end, he goes to the spa and he gets all cleaned up.
It still didn't do nothing for me.
They actually treated him like he was
right. And see, like, and that's what I picked up on, the whole fake Messiah, right? Because let's say just all around the world, right? The whole Jesus Christianity being spread across the world, and everyone worships the white Messiah.
This is gonna be very touchy,
right? But everyone worships the white Messiah, right?
Not everybody.
Well, for the most part, like in black culture, whether you're from Africa, the Caribbeans, the Americas, we've been taught to worship the white Jesus. And just the fact that at the end, here you have this dirty white man all of a sudden goes to the spa, gets cleaned up, and then everybody's like worshiping him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
the real Messiah
is black,
right?
And everybody is just throwing stones and crucify him,
right?
True to life.
So I don't know. I guess I did see the message in that. I don't know if it like translated right, because it was at the very end, and then you had all these other things thrown in. You have like the twin brother, and then you have him trying to find his purpose, but then at the same time he doesn't want to be the Messiah, but then he's a good guy.
As soon as he see his brother get in the light, he all of a sudden coming in and now want to talk to his mother when he hasn't talked to his mother. It did. The movie did have like some layers to it. I don't know if the movie was really flushed out. I haven't seen this other director's movies. Just fun fact, the director of this movie is actually Seal's younger brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his younger brother.
Cool. Okay.
So he wrote the movie, directed the movie, and he did the music for the movie as well.
Okay.
Which they said Jay-Z and D'Angelo had a 9-minute song.
Oh, in this for this movie?
Yeah.
I wonder if the soundtrack.
9 minutes?
Yeah, 9 minutes. That's the part where they was
soundtrack.
Floating, when they show the guys floating. That was the song
when they were
that was
smoking.
playing. Yeah.
Okay, so how do we feel about those dream like scenes, like the floating that you just brought up, that floating scene, or when they was at the party dancing, they broke down into
the party. I like the party part.
You like that part? You was vibing?
Yeah. The floating was there. I think it was made to be comedic because some people would not accept it if it was serious.
If it was too serious. Yeah. Just the whole idea of having a black Jesus.
Yeah.
And smoking a blunt. Why we got to be smoking a blunt back in AD 33?
We were smoking something. That's what they showed. They was like, yeah, y'all niggas be smoking since the beginning of time.
Right. Oh my God.
So as the man on the podcast, okay, so we know that the main character Clarence, like his whole motivation is basically to impress a chick, right?
Always. That's always what it is.
Please throw her away.
I think that and
him trying to
he didn't believe.
Right.
Also, he didn't really believe that, it was true that it was a real Messiah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's trying to get the chick, and he's also like, this is all bullshit. Excuse me.
No, you go ahead. You can cuss.
No. Dying to curse.
I mean, see, I guess, I don't know, is that like something, a trope? Is that really true? Like men really just do things for the attention of women?
Some men, yeah. I don't know if every man would lie and tell the world that he's Jesus
just to get some funds.
Just to get some nanny. I don't know if they called it nanny back then. I don't know what they call it.
They call it nanny now?
Actually, the girl who he's actually trying to impress was from a last movie.
Right, that we did podcast Nanny. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm a genius.
Yeah. I felt like throw her away.
Yeah.
Why? Why? I like her.
Kind of set him up.
One, I felt like she was iffy. She was iffy because I felt like this. He's very clear in how he feels about her. And I felt like, so you're entertaining it, but not entertaining it enough that you're taking him seriously. And I just felt like, no, you're the reason why he's in the predicament that he's in. And I just felt like you need to take a little bit more responsibility. I don't know. I didn't like her character. I didn't like her character.
What did you get?
Her brother's a killer. Like that's the case in like all across the world where a guy likes a girl, meanwhile her big brother is a killer.
But she herself, I felt was playing games. I feel like okay, fine. Your brother's a killer, so since you know that your brother's a killer, don't entertain his ass.
Well, she liked him.
Like, why would you put somebody who likes you and you like them? Why would you put them in harm's way? Why would you keep entertaining that?
Like, you tell your daughter not to go talk to this guy, but she's still gonna go talk to him, being rebellious.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
like
throw her away. Yeah, I felt like throw her away.
I mean, I don't think her character got a lot of.
You don't think she really brought much to the table?
Not much to the table, no.
No, she really didn't.
I mean, I liked at the end that he discovered that God was real through his own theory, right? Because his whole thing was
he's not real.
He's not real, and his thing was knowledge, not belief. Mm-hmm. So since he had no knowledge of something, therefore he could not believe in it. Where he felt like belief was right. It's faith. It's like flimsy. You don't see it. But then once he was able to, spoiler alert, walk on water, he knew he couldn't possibly do that, right? Because he said he can't swim.
I was just waiting for him to show up. I was just waiting for Jesus to show up, like, hurry up,
right, and save somebody. Jesus was like, no, I'm saving myself.
Yeah.
I was just waiting. Like, he saved Mary, though.
He did. He saved Mary. He did save Mary.
Mary.
Because Mary. Hot Mary.
Marys.
Oh.
Yes, Mary Magdalene, yes.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene.
Who was apparently not a good cook.
That part was not.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Mary's not even a good cook.
Yeah.
Like, just eat the bread and shut up.
Right.
Listen, I'm happy that they have a true Guyanese in there.
Is he really Guyanese?
We're gonna have to look and
really
see.
Fake that accent.
I could fake it,
no,
but
that's not it.
No,
but that part was funny. I love that part.
Yeah. The movie, I felt like it had its moments. I also am curious to know, where did they film at? Because I actually thought it was a pretty beautiful place.
Setup,
very
right?
Jerusalem looking.
Yeah. So I'm like, did they actually really go to Rome or Italy or something like that?
Something over there.
And then I also noticed that they, with Omar Sy's character, that his whole he couldn't die unless they got the heal, and that's a cross reference to Achilles. Yeah. So I noticed that there's like some intermingling of like myth, I guess, biblical stories. Social cues. I thought that was fucking hilarious, honestly.
The thief?
Yes, the thief. And they had the picture. And then when you saw that's what he really looked like, that shit was funny. I got a little chuckle out of that.
Oh, yeah, because he was actually okay.
Yeah.
And they still asking for ID and identification.
That was great.
Like, why?
Right.
First of all, how do you make the ID?
Right. What are you looking at?
I saw somebody give a stone or some shit.
It's my carving.
It's a lot of fake IDs.
Right. It was a lot of there was a lot of counterfeit IDs back then. Right. What was it? Was a stamp?
I guess it was a stamp.
Yeah, how do these things? Because they did, didn't they? Yeah, they did have to have papers on them back then.
This is all news to me. Watching, I don't know. I don't know.
So you said this was all new to you?
I mean, some of it seemed made up, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is done on purpose. Which I also noticed there was a lot of different accents.
I like that.
Which means, one sounds African, one sounds English.
Yeah.
Some Guyanese.
Yeah. So I actually... I kind of like that just because also, I think there does need to be more, even though I don't mind us differentiating. But I like the fact that this movie had all types of blacks from all over the globe in it, in one movie, in a story that does involve, like I was saying earlier, the fact that all around the world we were taught to worship white Jesus. So I feel like it only makes sense to, why would we not be in a movie questioning, that theology? Because it affected all of us.
Yeah, there are some good actors in here too, and actresses. They
did. He really did. It makes me want to watch The Harder They Fall, because
that's really good.
You saw that one?
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Did you see that, Stacey?
No.
Well, there's two different versions. There's the Jamaican one that was made years ago, and you're talking about the cowboy one.
Yes, the one that he did. This director did,
really
Samuels. It had like Idris Elba in it, Regina Hall,
Jonathan Majors.
I love Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
He's good.
Yeah.
I know.
I like him.
Yeah. Now he doesn't have a career anymore.
Nah, he's going to make a comeback.
Yeah, I want him to make a comeback too, because he's with Megan Good. I don't even like her, but I just feel no, I don't like Megan Good. I don't think she's really that good of an actress, but I want her to stand by Jonathan and help his career.
I know some women who think she's stupid for doing that.
Really? No.
Why?
I feel like everyone deserves a redemption. So what? He made a mistake. He was with a snow bunny. It's okay. And
That's
then
the
he came back.
It is what it is. She said what she said.
With a snow bunny. First mistake.
Right. And then you're right. And
mistake.
That was the mistake. And now he learned his lesson. He came back. And I think he'll make a comeback.
Back, sir.
Right. We welcomed him back.
What do you guys think about Tatiana Taylor? What do you guys think about her character?
Tiana.
Tiana.
I think I probably jacked it up too.
I don't really follow her, but
I don't really follow her. I don't really know much about her either. I know, but
she's a good dancer. She's a good singer.
Okay.
I know she was dating the basketball guy or married to him, right?
Yeah.
Right, but now they're divorced, right?
Yeah, they're divorced. Her acting in this movie,
there wasn't much acting.
No, there wasn't. It was
really just a familiar face. Like, I just knew her face, but I mean, she was screaming and yelling. I mean, does it take that much acting to do that?
Yeah. I didn't expect her to be
in this movie,
that character.
Oh, Mary.
Based off how she started in the beginning. She looked a little bit more royal. Like,
well, at one point, I think he called her Hot Mary.
Yeah.
When they were in the beginning, he was like, Hot Mary.
Wow.
Yeah.
She didn't do much.
No. I mean, in the Bible, she was supposed to be like a whore.
Supposedly. Yeah,
right, supposedly. Right. There's that whole controversy. Was she actually a whore? Was she Jesus's consort? You know.
Who write these stuff?
Some
the
white
Bible
guy.
or the movie?
Some white guy.
Bunch of these guys.
Yeah. Who write it? Who wrote it?
A couple guys.
A couple guys.
Every one of them that's in there.
King James, he had that's the King James version. That's because King James, he did the remix. He was like, I want to remix this. I could make it better.
Okay.
Apparently. I don't know. Yeah, I guess her character was okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't know. I feel like the women didn't have they didn't really have big parts. They didn't
The Virgin Mary part was a little bit funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah. He was like, so you got pregnant?
He was like, so you was a virgin?
Yeah. You was a virgin when you got pregnant? So you
like, I like how she kept cutting off her husband. Like,
right. And he was like, so you believe her?
They look older than I would expect them to look. Well, I guess he's a grown man now, Jesus. So, yeah.
Right. Because he's supposed to be like, doesn't he die when he's like 33 or 32? When is Jesus supposed to die? 32 or 33? 32. A young dude. Yeah. They didn't even touch on that. Really, like they just insinuated. He just said, yeah, in 3 days they're gonna come and get me, and
John the Baptist was funny when he was trying to baptize him.
Yes, and
I kept on slapping him.
Yeah, they did have a really star-studded cast because that's an English actor. I've seen him in a few.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name though, but yeah, David.
That was John the Baptist. Yeah, yes. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm not going to put his last
name. Right.
The guy who
watched
actually
the
played
movie.
Jesus is English also.
Oh, okay.
And the other guy who played the Terrible, he's English.
Oh, okay. A lot of English. Yeah. A lot of English actors. Maybe I should.
He was in The Wire. No, sorry. He was in the
who
show
BMF.
About? He's in BMF. The one who played the Terrible. So, what is it? Ivan? What's his name?
Ivan.
His name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
There was a guy named Ivan the Terrible.
There were a lot of names. There were a lot of characters in this movie that you had to keep track of. I could barely keep. Yeah, Clarence, Omar Sy's character. I forgot.
That's his name, Omar. This kid.
No, that was what's his name? Isaiah.
That's his real name.
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
What, the little kid?
He's great. I like him.
Who was the cabbage?
Cabbage?
Oh, the little kid was Cabbage. But he's talking about his boy, his right hand man. That was Isaiah, right? That was his name in the movie, Isaiah? Elijah. See?
I like him as an actor. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No, but the little kid was the Cabbage.
Yeah, Cabbage. I like him. Mm-hmm. And the dude that was driving him around actually is one of the main characters from Stranger Things. I watched that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... Yeah, they had a lot of actors, so I guess this director is, I guess he's clicked in there enough to get like good actors in his movies. I mean, again, I thought it was a good movie. I don't know if I would watch it again. I think this would be.
I would recommend it.
I mean,
not as far as action. If I say
out of a 10, what would you rate it?
A 6.
How many times did you watch The Passion of Christ?
Once. I went to the movie theater.
I don't think I never watched it.
These movies are like one-time watches. We know the story already, kind of.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's like,
so you just need to, and they didn't really do that much of a crazy take on it that it's like, oh, go watch it. He did something completely brand new. Yeah. Okay, he just put a lot of black faces.
Like he put, what's been going on in it, like, with the racism and all that stuff.
Right. It's still happening.
Still back then.
Right. Oh, yeah. We already know there's a Judas in everybody's circle,
Yes.
There's always one.
There's always a little snitch and a little jealousy.
Right.
So the blacks are representing the Jews in this movie.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's historically accurate.
Yes, it is.
Depending on who you talk to.
No. That's the truth. They've already scientifically proven that.
We are Jews. We're not Jewish.
Oh.
We are Jews.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the
Jewish was Dr. Strange. That was the Jewish person.
Mm-hmm. Jewish.
And look how when he was up on the cross talking about destroy them with fire and brimstone.
He's like, stop
exactly.
my picture.
kill all of them.
Right,
like,
right. And here we are worshiping his picture, right?
Right. No.
And he was like, kill them all. Kill them all.
For me, when people, they're all about God and Jesus, and then they show the white Jesus, that just turns me off.
Right.
To be honest with you, for me, that just turns me off.
Yeah.
Like, I unfollow you for that. Block, delete. I'll do all that.
So what would you give this, Stacy, from 1 to 10? What would you give it?
The jokes.
The jokes were a little flat.
Yeah, some of them was a miss. I'd give it a 5.5.
Oh, damn, 5.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn face. What you gonna give the movie?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Damn, an 8.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so yes, you're right. What's the high number?
10.
What?
No,
what?
Why you give it such a high number?
Why am I giving it an 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Production.
Okay.
Actors.
Production
location,
is good. Yes. Okay. Okay.
The play off the original story. I think it was a good play off the original story. Oh. Making it comedic at the same time.
But the jokes were flat. They were some of them didn't land.
Yeah, just
or you saw them coming.
Only the Guyanese one landed for me.
Some jokes didn't land, but a good amount of the jokes wasn't too bad.
Okay.
I think it was all right.
Chuckle.
I mean, I didn't laugh, but I thought it had some funny parts. I mean, I wasn't looking to laugh, really. So when they did make me laugh,
so
I was
you
like,
were like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was
lighten the mood.
What part
because
made
it
you
was.
The accents, the Guyanese guy, just little things.
And
I
the
think.
fact that he had a gold teeth. Like,
A
not
gold
a gold
tooth?
teeth, but the little gem on his teeth. I was like,
Oh, he did. Yeah.
I was like,
bling bling.
All right. Yeah, I really went and researched.
I don't think it wasn't really.
Or maybe he came as himself. Maybe he actually came as himself.
Yeah, I really went and researched the Guyanese people.
I've seen him before too. I'm not sure.
I have too, but I can't figure out what other movie
the
Guyanese guy.
Yeah, I gotta find out who he is. Give him his flower. He did a good job. He did a better job than Tiana, actually.
Yeah.
He had more lines. He definitely had more lines than she did.
He was very funny.
I think they just used her for the face, just to have a familiar face.
Of Mary?
Anybody
could have played Mary.
I don't know why. I
could have played Mary.
I don't know why they had her in there. I honestly.
Does she have a song on the soundtrack?
I don't know. Does she? I thought you were looking up the soundtrack.
Oh,
did you see her
name?
name? Oh, because you're the one who said.
I mentioned the soundtrack a couple times.
Yes, you did.
No, I mean you're the one who said that. Jay-Z and whoever had a 9-minute song.
Because
I thought you looked it up.
More about the soundtrack and that particular song than the actual movie. I
like the soundtrack. I think I'm gonna look it up and maybe listen to it.
I never heard the soundtrack. I gotta look it up.
I never heard it either.
Only about what they playing. I like this guy too. What's his name?
Yeah.
He came in a few movies. Let me see.
Maybe if we could
his
get
name
these.
is Babs. He was the usher.
I don't think she's on the soundtrack, by the way.
Oh, I'm not gonna butcher his last name either.
Okay, let's not do it.
Babs.
Okay.
He got like every alphabet.
Every letter in the alphabet in his last name. Yeah, that's a no. Let's stop with these made up last names. Yeah.
Babs.
Who's that? Who are you talking about? This
the
slave.
I guess the slave owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple of things. So.
Yes, and he's really good. He's really, really good.
I think everybody in this movie was not too bad.
They have. You're right. They do. Mm-hmm. They do have high.
Yeah.
Quality actors.
For me, sometimes when I watch movies, I look at the background of the people in the background.
Yes, I did too. Actually, in the dance scene, I was looking at some of the people in the back too.
I look at the back for people's expression and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they held Clarence, the white guy that was holding him, he was just looking at him like he was crazy. And I'm like, why is he looking at him like that? Like,
did you tell? Right? Did you tell him to look like that, or are you really like that?
You're not even looking the way everybody else is looking. You're just looking at Clarence all. Ugh.
Do you think white people have to do any research to be racist?
No.
When they play these movies?
No. I think it's innate. Not at all. I don't think they have to reach back at all. I think it's very natural.
Okay. Just like dancing is very natural for black folks.
Yeah, I think it's very, very natural. I don't think they have to try at all. I think they pretend that they're trying.
They try to, you're right.
But
when they're
natural.
around their own kind, it's natural.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the background. Right
I was just about to say that. I was like, look at the white guy in the background.
We're watching it right now as we're talking to you guys. So yeah,
Watching it again.
Right.
In silence.
In silence.
I mean, what do we think about this fight scene, though?
Which fight scene?
I was surprised that Clarence know how to fight. First
Clarence
of all,
and the slave
Barbas.
Omar side.
Yeah.
Lupin.
I thought it was great. That was a good part. It was a good scene.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that he could fight. I thought he was got his ass whooped.
Me too.
Like from the beginning.
That's what I thought it was going to be. Right, him just being thrown around, and then last minute he was going to do something, but he held his own.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did. He held his own.
But I thought somebody real big was coming out of that cage.
Oh.
Bigger than him.
Compared to him, but yeah,
like oversized.
Right.
And I looked up like, okay, all right.
He actually looks smaller coming out of it, though.
Right.
And then when you realize who it is, you're like, oh yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Right, because he does look small right there. You're like,
the face mask threw me off.
It did. I thought the same thing. I'm like, why does he have a white face on?
Like, that threw me off a bit.
Creepy. They're aiming for creepy.
Right.
And then he takes it off, and it's a big lip, big nose, black dude.
I was like, oh, that's the guy who does he's a what is he in that show? Lupin. What does he do in that show? He's like a thief.
He's a thief,
but like a cool one.
Yeah.
You said a cool one?
Yeah. Cool. He's a cool thief.
Yeah, he's a cool thief.
He reminded me of Annabisi.
Yeah.
From Oz.
Yeah.
That's who I actually was confusing him with. Yeah, the guy who used to wear his hat tipped to the side. You don't know who that is, man.
Are you going to put on your English accent
go ahead.
now?
Do your accent.
Yeah, I'm doing like the movies. I just switch it up. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, keep that accent.
Yeah, keep it up for the rest of the recording. Go ahead.
I'll have to charge you for that.
Well, I'm not paying you for that. That wasn't good.
Okay.
Again.
Good movie. I enjoyed it.
All right. So,
and
Stacy,
it was long. I think it was supposed to be long.
Ooh, I think it was too long.
Yeah.
You can't
2
rush
hours?
a Jesus movie.
Yeah, it was too long for me.
I was kind of falling asleep in the beginning, to be honest. I was leaning over here.
Oh, yeah.
No. You
It was
in
slow.
your phone in the beginning like most women do.
I was actually
You sit in your
typing.
phone.
Actually, both of you guys were in your phone.
I was doing research.
First of all, I was writing down my notes, actually.
Okay.
I was actually writing down notes.
Now that you're reading through your phone, okay, maybe that's what you was doing.
No, I was.
I was watching her take notes.
I was.
No,
I was taking
typing
notes.
my notes. I had to put it on vibrate.
I was taking notes.
He was not taking notes.
I was taking notes of you guys taking notes.
Oh,
He was
okay.
asking about Diddy.
Right. I was like, what does Diddy have to do with this?
You was asking us about Diddy in the middle of the movie. Did you not remember that?
No, I was
right
in my phone. And he posted a picture of his daughter.
Right. That means that you were on Instagram.
I was multitasking.
What research was you doing, sir?
I was looking up, did Diddy have anything to do with the soundtrack?
All right, we're not talking about Diddy right now.
I can't.
No Diddy?
No Diddy.
No Diddy? Did he though?
Yeah, right. But did he? That's the question.
Right.
All right, so Face, you give this a 8.
I give it an 8.
I said 6.
I said 5.5.
6 is like based on what? What are you basing these numbers like this?
Okay,
this rating on?
I'm gonna say 6 because I thought that the movie was too long. I thought that a lot of the humor fell flat. I also felt that there wasn't a consistency to the story. I just felt that there were different elements that were being thrown into the story. They did play a part, but I don't think he did a good job at making them all work together.
It wasn't like a flow.
Yeah, to me, it wasn't a smooth flow. I did enjoy all the actors.
Okay.
I thought he got some of the best actors. Yeah, to me, I'm going to say it's a more of a script thing for me. The story is the story
question.
for me.
When Elijah was lighting up his blunt and he was scratching, and then they went back and forth to show Mary, what was that about? Nobody caught that?
Yes, I caught that too.
Well, I didn't get that.
I think it was just cutting from seeing the scene.
Yeah, and I think it was just like an artistic liberty that the director took.
In the middle of the fight?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was just some artistic liberty that he took, I guess, to do a transition. Right, that didn't kind of work. It didn't really work. It was like, we have to get to this scene, so let's try to correlate the two.
But it also showed that he was close.
Who was close?
Wherever he was lighting his spliff at, she was near because he ended up running over there to help her. So he was in, he was in the area.
It didn't work for me.
By the way, did you see when he flew up in the air, he had his arms out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what? Like Jesus?
On the cross. So I don't think Jesus walks around with his arms out. But when he was on the cross.
Maybe he did. Maybe he came through like that, gliding with his arms out.
That'd be a little weird.
You know? I want to see that. Jesus.
They didn't show Jesus too much either.
No, they
He
didn't.
had no shine.
No, he didn't get any shine.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I thought he would have been here a little bit more present.
Right, since it was about him trying to be the Messiah.
But
and
see,
him they not believing. Well, Clarence not believing. I thought he would have been present.
He was present, and then he came at the end, and he saved him, but he let him get his ass beat for acting like the Messiah throughout the whole movie. So I'm going to let you get your ass beat, and then I'm going to pull up and let you know who I am.
Well, I think he already did when he walked on water.
Well, he still got his ass beat after that.
Yeah, he did. He still got crucified. Yeah. He got the spear in his side.
Yeah. What was the rest of those people that was on the cross?
They were all fake messiahs.
No.
Yeah, yes, because there was a scene where he saw, the white dude, and he was like, "Oh, that's another." He was like, "Oh, that's another fake messiah." Really? Yeah, that's what they were doing.
You must have went to the bathroom then.
They killed people like that back.
But but Romans did. That's how they killed people in general. Yeah, actually, I was just watching the Vikings. I love that show.
But I felt that they could have took over the Romans and beat the shit out of them, though.
That's how I felt too.
Like, they could have really took. They were outnumbered.
Right.
They were outnumbered.
But you know what? You say that now, and you know what? It's the same thing as now, right? Because let's look at.
Yeah. Except for the Bronx.
Don't play with the Bronx.
That's where we at right now.
Shout out to the Bronx.
It's a whole nother country. It's a whole.
The Bronx.
It's like Baltimore.
The whole block will come out.
The Bronx is.
It's like a giant Bushwick.
Stop it.
Shout out to Bushwick.
Stop.
Really?
The Bronx is a whole nother country.
Take every hood and just make it one borough. So take every hood out of each borough
and just put them all in the Bronx,
and then just make them.
So it's concentrate. It's concentrated. That's what you're saying.
Bronx has some nice places, though.
Oh no, actually, I had a college friend that lived in the Bronx, and I remember she invited me to her house, and I was like,
It's the apartment buildings. There's too many.
And then I went, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's like the suburbs out here. I was like, oh, it's nice.
Too many buildings.
Okay, well,
the twin brother. What was that about? Like,
it didn't work for me.
Why is the twin brother?
It didn't work for me. And that's what I mean by the storyline. Like, to me, the story wasn't fully conceptual to me. I'm like, I got what you were trying to say, but there were certain things that I just didn't think made any sense.
The twin brother.
But that was the point. That's what I'm saying.
You think that was the point for it to not make any sense?
I think it was a point for it to not be as accurate as the true story. Because then people would take offense.
People gonna take offense to anything.
I mean, it's called the Book of Clarence. We know there's no Book of Clarence.
I mean, there are a bunch of books that got taken out the Bible.
There's no book.
There might be a Book of Clarence.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Book of Face.
Book of Face.
A Book of Face. Let's do a Book of Face.
What I'm saying, I just think it was purposely done like this on, to not make. To offend people.
Right.
Jokes,
Oh, okay.
Oh, how you doing?
Okay.
It's a Bronx.
Got guests arriving in the background.
Take a drink.
Hello. Let me take a sip.
Guests.
Right. More guests.
More guests.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
We gave our opinion. Two of us kind of was like, I'll watch it again.
5.5, 6, 8.
Yeah, I wish I could do an average. What's the average?
Good rating system.
Yeah, what's the average?
6.
Right? Okay, so I said 6.
I said 5.5.
5.5, and this one said 8.
8, big 8.
All right, so overall, here's a 6.5.
That's not
6.5 rating.
That's enough.
No, that's what it got. That's what it got.
All black cast.
It's not the all black cast. It's not decided as all black cast. It's the
some
story.
Jerusalem looking at spot. Find that in the Bronx. Find that area in the Bronx.
I probably could.
I was about to say, yeah, you probably can.
I probably could.
That's what it is. It's 6.5.
You're the boss.
You know, I'm just saying. I added up everything. It's a 6.5.
Oh, you're doing math here. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing math. We're doing math. Yes.
Nah,
and the math is mathing.
The math is mathing.
1 + 1 is not always 2.
It's always 2. It's always 2. But yeah, 6.5.
Okay.
Watch it once. I don't think this is a watch again. I also think if you're gonna watch it, have something to drink, I guess. Something to keep you up, because you might lose interest a little. Like it's slow. Yeah, it's a little slow to begin with. It is a little slow. I think the second half of the movie, once the party and everything after that was a little bit more up pace, but everything before that
part was good because it had like 3 parts to it.
Yeah.
So from the second part and the last part was good, but the beginning wasn't that great. But it's good cast, great cast.
Everybody needed a comb at least once or twice.
Listen, sir.
Well, all right, thank you for that.
Made of wool. It's made of wool.
I mean, you could comb wool.
Well, friends, thank you for listening to this episode of Fox on Flix with Friends. I want to thank my guests, Stacy Starlite, Face, and I also want to thank our sponsors. Who's our sponsor again, Face?
We are Flatbush Industry Hotel.
And what is it that you do?
We're Instagram, YouTube. We do interviews, lives. Stacy is also part of it. And shout out to Popeye, shout out to Sonny. And we do a lot of interviews in the neighborhood for Flatbush. You know, Flatbush is an area in Brooklyn for those who don't know. And just look us up. We are Flatbush on Instagram. We are Flatbush on YouTube. Industry Hotel is just a blog site. So if you want to see a bunch of nonsense, and that's where you go for that.
He used to take pictures back in the days.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to have you back on my podcast again. I appreciate it.
Had a great time.
And so thank you, friends, for listening. I'm going to try to, I was doing okay last year. I'm going to try this month up until the end of the year, at least to do 2 podcasts a month. My next podcast is going to be probably posted in the next week or so. I'm going to be doing it with a friend of mine named Yahila. She is a yoga instructor. She also owns a yoga studio in Queens, and we'll actually be reviewing The Color Purple. So we're actually going to be
watch that movie.
We're going to actually do the old Color Purple versus the new Color Purple.
Fantasia did a fantastic job, by the way.
We'll be comparing that.
I really appreciate you not bringing me to that show. I do appreciate
Fantasia did
shit. I really love the old Color Purple, so I don't know if I'm looking forward to the new one, but I'm going to go with an open mind.
Let me tell you something. I went with 5 people and 2 people walked out.
See, I feel...
But then it got good at the end. So if they had stayed, they would have enjoyed it. But Fantasia did do a good thing. She did her thing.
All right. Well, okay, friends. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share this podcast. And again, you're listening to Fox on Flix with Friends. Love, kisses, and hugs. That's a wrap.